everyone, this is Venom, and we are checking out the Destiny 2 showcase for the Final Shape trailer. I had started recording this video and accidentally stopped recording, so I don't feel like stringing a bunch of them together, so we're going to start over. We're going to go ahead and check out the Destiny 2 showcase, like I said. I've already seen it. It came out yesterday on August 22nd. I got some thoughts on it, share my opinions as we go. I'll go over some things I like, some things I don't like, and I'll give my impressions as we go. This will likely end up being a two-part video. I have part one out tomorrow on the 24th, I believe, and then the second part will come out the next day on the 25th. But let's go ahead and go through here. I'm going to turn it down just a bit. I will say this, though, too.
Thanks for tuning in,
going to talk a bit.
Like many of you,
Joe Blackburn's
I've been
going to talk
playing
just a little
games
bit.
as long as I can remember.
Turn down just a bit. So one thing I do like about these showcases, regardless of how the game itself turns out, one thing people always say is Destiny or Bungie does a very good job of marketing their games. Their cutscenes are good. They market them very well. Now, whether the development team comes through or not, yeah, they're hit and miss, but hopefully Final Shape is good. But here we go.
And it wouldn't be long before an ancient enemy, shrouded in darkness, showed up at humanity's
I'm sorry, I got some of my eyelashes been bugging me too. I can't quite see it.
Our heroes would shape a story.
Now this is supposed to be the end of the 10-year journey of the Light and Dark saga, so Bungie really has to. Let me make sure I turn this down just a little bit more. So, oh crap, I went way too far back. Bungie's really got to hit it out of the park on this one, because as bad as Lightfall ended up, or as bad as it was received by the community, they've really got to knock the Final Shape out of the park, because they're ending the Light and Dark saga. It's 10 years, and I mean, they just got to. They have got to do this one good.
They'd invent ways to combine their mythic weaponry and their paracausal abilities to stand alone against monsters that took others an entire elite squad. They'd race alongside their friends far into the early morning into halls of an ancient city.
Last Wish. I wasn't playing during the Last Wish days. I'd stopped playing right after Curse of Osiris, but I came back at Shadowkeep.
Friends and their family into this world, and together,
I remember seeing this. I remember these ads first came out for Destiny 1.
Now, together, we approach the Final Shape.
I don't know what the hell was in my eye, but every time I blinked, it just looked like there was something covering up my eyeball. Whatever. Okay, we're back.
We're about to embark on the last expedition of Destiny's first saga. So let's be clear about the stakes. In the Final Shape, you will go inside the Traveler. The journey will be difficult. And what awaits you on the other side of this trek is nothing less than the deadliest entity we have ever faced.
The Witness.
There will be no open betas. There aren't going to be any guides on the internet telling you how to handle.
Now, when Joe Blackburn said this, I was kind of interested. He said no open betas or guides or anything. I'm not sure if I'm just like, I think I'm fairly well-versed in the Destiny universe, but I don't know that there were ever any open betas for any of the other raids. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I mean, I know there have been leaks before, but I don't know that there have been any open betas or anything before for the raids. Or any guides. I mean, as far as I know, this is just like any other expansion as far as that goes, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's continue.
What's to come? Whether you've been with us from the beginning, joined us somewhere along the road, or looking at Destiny for the first time, anybody who shows up on launch day is going to be greeted with this same uncharted world. A vacuum-sealed experience begging for you to be the first person to peel it open.
How's that different from any other expansion, though? I don't understand that.
Invitation to go forth and adventure.
Here we go. They do a good job in these cutscenes, man.
After all these years, we never talked about it. Why I brought you back. Why you were were chosen.
I like that armor. Let's back up there. That looks pretty damn cool. Looks like a doll tag on there. It's just, is that Warlock or is that Titan? I think it's a Titan. That looks pretty badass, I won't lie. I like the chainmail on there. I like that the armor looks like it's it almost looks like it's piecemeal together from other armor sets. Like it is an armor set we'd have like in-game, like some real in-game shit. That almost looks like a weapon that came from Witch Queen. In fact, it might be. I like how it kind of looks like almost Vexus here, but then we got the chainmail on it. I love the dog tag on it. Like, I love the way this armor looks. It looks like some real in-game armor that we would have collecting over the years and putting it together. Like, this looks pretty badass.
Why you were chosen.
I will say this: the one thing I do hate is when they do these reveals and show these trailers, and you show them going through the main story with the new armor when you usually don't have it till the end of it. That's something that just that's something that always sucks. But that's just my thing. About the glass, so they're showing our previous activities, or is this something where we're going to go back and do some of the stuff again?
I didn't know then.
Galley?
It was just a feeling. But I know now.
Yeah. Ooh, got him.
After all we've seen,
Yes, Cade, we know he's back.
all we've lost. This fight might be our last. So I'm asking you one.
Let me back up and check. Hold on, what was that? Okay, that's right. We're gonna get to that. I jumped the gun on something.
One last time to rise.
I thought that was a new weapon type when I saw this the first time right here. I was like, we're gonna get some freaking axes, but I was incorrect, as we'll see later on. I do like that. I mean, it's all dramatic and shit, but you know. I'm back. Sorry, if you see random jump cuts in the videos, because I had to get up and get crap out of my eye. I don't know what's going on, but my eyes have been really sensitive in the last, I don't know, year or so. I don't know if my eyelashes stopped working or what, but I swear crap just flies in my eyes so easily here lately. Alright, here we go. Let's continue.
This is a momentous time in
Heart of the
Destiny
Traveler.
history. We've been building to this moment for the last 10 years.
The final shape is the conclusion to that.
And I
journey.
say we've been
This
building
is
to
a
this
moment
moment.
in
I wonder
gaming
how
that
much
as a
of those
developer,
moments
you
have
just
gotten
don't get
rewritten.
very often.
Like, I wonder if this is where they
Guardians
actually
and
thought we were
allies
going to
are
end up in
fighting
10
the
years, or
biggest
they
threat
just
that the
did they make
universe
up a
has
lot of
ever
this
seen
as
in
we
this
went.
big culmination of the Light and Darkness saga.
When we were thinking of what the final shape could be, it had to be a lot of different things. It needs to pay off this epic confrontation with the Witness that we've been setting up for years. It has to bring you closer to your allies in the Vanguard. It has to be this place that
Like, I wonder when the Witness
makes
even
you feel
became
nostalgic for the entire
what they
journey
decided
you've been on.
the main bad guy's going to be.
When we were resurrected by ghosts at the very beginning of this story, we didn't know why, but it was for this. The Traveler is asking us for help, and it's our responsibility to protect every living thing in the universe from what the Witness intends to do.
Universal Champion.
When we first start the final shape, we are finally able to go through the portal that the Witness opened in the Traveler at the end of Lightfall.
Inside is the Pale Heart of the Traveler. That is the stage for our showdown with the Witness.
The Witness has
It's like
the
a
darkness.
city in there.
It has always had a connection to it.
What was that? It looks like a city there in the
The
background.
Witness
We
has
jump
the
down.
darkness. It has always had
And
a
then
connection
right here.
to it.
Can't tell if that's a tower or that is I can't tell that's a witness there up top. Like, that's just a giant witness.
The
Could be
pale
a giant
heart of the
witness or
traveler is
just
what it's
a
trying to use to gain connection to the light. So with
just a
both,
building.
it can enact its final shape.
The witness looks around and sees a lack of purpose, no meaning. It wants to fix all that. So it's trying to put the universe into this frozen perfection where everything's just exactly how it thinks it's supposed to be. That is the final shape.
If we're going to defeat the witness, it's going to take everyone.
All right.
Failure is not an option.
We're gonna need the Vanguard, all of our allies, and all the Guardians to rally together and be brave in the face of Oblivion.
That armor just looks so
In
nice.
the final shape, we're going to answer questions at the grandest scale. But what I find really interesting is that it's also a very personal journey where we deepen our relationships with these characters that we've known for so long. Zavala, Ikora, our ghost, get to reconnect with Cayde 6. So, like, while there's this great conflict,
Excited about Cayde coming back on our
everything
Vanguard.
going on around us and stakes of
Now, whatever he's
just
going to be back, or he's
unimaginable
just going to be
heights,
like only
it's still
in
at
the
end
Traveler,
a
like he doesn't
story
actually stay
told
with us
around
or something.
campfires by a bunch of companions
Force
who have been
Ghost type
fighting
situation.
together for hundreds of years.
Cora looks pissed. That is the original tower, and it is overgrown. It looks like it is inside the Traveler, but that is pretty damn cool looking. So of course the tower got destroyed, but look at that, overgrown. The original tower, that's crazy.
In the final
I
shape,
like it.
we're going through the portal that the Witness has opened up to confront it and stop the final shape. Inside the Traveler is this infinite, vast, unknowable Edward landing on the Pale Heart, which is a fraction of really what is inside the Traveler.
The Pale Heart is weird.
Looks like the tree of silver. Oh, Dashy, that looks like a hive guide. What the fuck? So see, but I'm guessing that's a Pale Heart, but it's got taken balls around it. It looks like it's a freaking giant hive wizard or knight stuck in that damn thing. Yeah, it's pretty freaky looking.
It's a little strange. It makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. And it is also just so cool and artistic in the best way.
The Witness entered well ahead of any Guardians, and so it's had time to kind of shape what's there. When our Guardian enters, the rest of the Pale Heart starts getting shaped also around what...
Now that looked like the area, if I'm looking at that right, that looks like Destiny 1 where the speaker hung out. It looks like you go up those stairs and then you have a little speaker's corner there.
The rest of the Pale Heart starts getting shaped also around what we've experienced.
This is the Traveler recreating the world in front of you as it saw on your journey.
So this is really their chance to take every bit of
One of the
Destiny
most
1 and 2
memorable
and just make a
powers from
bunch of
Destiny's
random
past is
greatest
the
hits
D1
moments.
Power. It's really a labor of love from the Destiny team. The final shape means so much to everyone who's building it, and I think players are really going to be able to see that.
The Pale Heart is
Yep, that's the
our
speakers
very first linear
area.
destination that we've ever done. I would love it if players felt that they began.
No, I said linear destination. I don't know what they mean by their first linear destination, because they've had, like in Strikes and stuff, like this, that must mean the first linear open world area, but that wouldn't make any sense. Like, you can't really be linear and open world at the same time, I guess it wouldn't. I guess an open world area that you have to explore in a certain order would make sense, or that it's a strike. I mean, those are pretty linear, but I'm not sure what they mean by this is their first linear area. I mean, they've had them before, so I'm confused what they mean by that. I bet it's just like a just really large open world like area where you progress through different parts, but that would still be. I don't know. I'm overthinking it.
Their
Let's see.
journey in a place of safety and feel it escalate in danger,
Yep, shit
in
got real.
surrealness, because there is this beautiful evolution of the space.
They see things that are more and more wrong as they begin to go towards the Witness's
Big ass
monolith.
hands.
It's kind of this omnipresent, foreboding thing off in the distance.
the weirdest things happen as you get closer to the monolith in the form of reshaping.
That's what it is, a monolith.
Kind of like
That
deconstructing
looks
things
fucking
and putting
crazy.
them back.
It looks like all the chopped up bits we saw in Disciple, right? And you see more frozen in amber. This stone figurine is chopped up. This is
Together.
This is crazy. I like it.
Just wrong.
It makes you feel weird
The
looking at
sense
this
of
shit too.
scale
Yeah, I
you
like
get
it.
out there, like as you're exploring these spaces and you're jumping on these reshaped cuboids of Earth, you feel tiny as a guardian. You feel alone. You
Now,
feel
is this a
like you are
strike
not the force
that we're
to be
seeing there? It
reckoned
looks like it
with,
might be a
that you have
strike.
them.
Or maybe another world.
You're not the God Slayer right now. You're just this little person jumping from these massive
It's
pieces.
just
to
hands and
massive
faces
pieces.
coming out of everything. That big ass face right there.
One of the things that we really tried to also capture is that the witness keeps throwing everything it has at you. And so you're going to fight these
The
new
Warlock
enemies,
looks fucked up.
the subjugators.
There we go. This is what I saw earlier. I was thinking I was looking at new
Subjugators are the
supers.
new unit you're going to be facing in the final shape. They have an enhanced power set.
Mm-hmm.
They're performing stasis.
Yeah, we can't have
powers
nothing. We get
strand
stasis
powers
and
to face
strand, now the
Guardian.
enemies can use it.
Well, in support of all the other enemies you're fighting too.
So much for strand being our own
Entirely
power.
New to the battlefield, which is kind of this element of control.
They're back there.
That's an
giving
awful
away
polite
their stasis
enemy
abilities,
encounter is
throwing
like,
crystals
fuck
at
you up.
freezing you in
Little bow.
place, tangling you up.
It is kind of fucked up that the two powers that they're getting are the ones that basically prevent you from playing, that just stop you from moving. Effective enemies, I think, they're going to be.
We're focusing you on the campaign and only the campaign. It's the most important thing in the universe at that moment. You have to stop the final shape from happening.
And for that, we do need the help with our allies. And so we're going to make sure that the core Vanguard team gets back together. Zavala and Ikora and Cade.
The campaign is just the start of the Pale Heart. After you've reached the
Well, they weren't
monolith
apart. It was really
and
Cade that was
finished the
missing.
campaign, we open up the entire destination, and so the entire Pale Heart is going to react to you and what you are doing.
So they just said after you finish the campaign, the Pale Heart opens up. So that means there's got to be more to do after. Now, of course, you know there's got to be more to do. We're going to have the raid at the end of the week, or if they do it 10 days after, I don't know how they're going to do it for this one. But, you know, more than likely, we're going to face off with the witness at the end of the campaign. He might escape, but hey, technically speaking, we've won. It's a passable enough ending for people that don't do raids. And then you kill him finally in the raid. That's what I'm assuming. So, yeah, I'm wondering what all we're going to have to do in the Pale Heart. Maybe undo the stuff that the witness did. I don't know. But I am curious to find out.
The campaign in the final shape doesn't really end with the final mission. The raids are...
That just looks insane. It's like 1, 2. Those might be part of the same creature, but this is freaky to look at. I like it. I'd take a statue of that if Destiny or Bungie made one.
where you defeat like the big bosses. So it's only natural that when you are going to confront the witness, you're going to do that in the raid. But
Makes sense.
that might not be enough. This is a moment where we need to rally all Guardians to be able to overcome the final shape and the witness.
Okay. Harness the light. Now this is the part that
In the final shape, we are inside the Traveler.
no, I got thoughts about this one.
Very close to this energy. This allows us to have new supers, Arc, Solar, Void.
We want to create something that turns you into an offensive powerhouse, but also can benefit your allies in a support capacity. There
Okay,
is
makes
this
sense.
thread of team play and like working with your friends to overcome the odds. The Warlock Super is this ultimate expression of solar energy coursing through your Guardian. This Solar Warlock Super is
Okay.
a callback to Radiance from D1.
Other
Which
than
I
Golden
miss.
Gun, this is the only other first-person super in Destiny right now. Your melee's like all of these projectiles going off, doubling.
This
the
looks like
amount
it'd
of
be pretty damn
projectiles,
fun.
Your grenade almost being sentient as it searches around, and then it hits a character and bounces off and goes to another one. And you're so overflowing with this energy that you are
Damn.
also giving it
This
to
looks
your
like a
allies,
good-
allowing them to have their solar
Looks like it'll be
weapons
great for ag
supercharged,
clearing. No
applying
idea how it's going to be
scorch when
against
they're
bosses
shooting.
though, but this
The
looks
new
pretty
solar
badass.
warlock aspect. When I cast my rift, it is going to create this little solar
And yeah, we get a
sword
little bunny for
that
solar
when it
now,
sees
our
an
little buddy.
enemy, it launches part of itself out and hits the enemy and explodes and scorches them.
So Warlock gets a little buddy for every class in some kind of way, because you got one for, you got the Arc Soul, you've got the Void Soul, so this will be the one for Solar, and of course you got your Stasis Turrets, and then technically, yes, all classes can use Threadlings, but Warlock can specialize in them, so technically you get little buddies for every Warlock class, so that's kind of cool. I like that.
Twilight Arsenal.
This is the one that
It's
I'm
a
looking forward to.
Layered super.
This is the only ranged one-off offensive super for Titans in the game. The Titan jumps up into
Finally.
the air, summons this giant void axe, throws it, summons another one, throws it, summons another one, looks at a different group of enemies, throws it. And when these axes fly through the air, they stick into the ground or an enemy, do their void gravity thing where they suck a bunch of energy and enemies in and then explode. But that doesn't destroy the axe. The axe sticks around.
This is probably the most unique super that's coming out, but I think in the game too, because I think it'll be good. Well, depending on the damage, it looks like it's got great ag clear potential. It could probably do pretty decent against bosses, and then you get, you know, the utility of having the axe too. So I think overall, utility-wise, it's great too. So I think this is probably the most well-rounded super, or not well-rounded, but the most useful super in the game when it comes out. We'll see. We'll see how long the axes last, and we'll see how much damage they do to bosses. But if they do decent enough to bosses, and the axes last a good while, I think this might be one of those. This might end up being a hood classic. This might be a staple.
And you and your allies can go and pick up that axe and start wailing on enemies with it.
This super is insane to me.
The Void Titan aspect, I press and hold my grenade button to consume my grenade and turn it into the shield.
This looks
And
like
the
it
more
might be great in
damage it
GMs
takes,
too.
The more it charges up, and then I can release that, and it creates this blast that deals massive damage.
If that can absorb all damage it takes, that's gonna be busted, and I'm all for it.
The Hunter Arc Super.
Arc is all about finding the shortest distance between 2 points. The hunter kind of rears back, takes this knife and throws it across the world, and then is able to blink to its position, do the slash that just decimates anyone nearby.
One really great thing about that is
I'm
not
torn on
just
this one as a
you
hunter
do it
main.
once,
I'm
but you're
torn.
able to do it 3 times, along with devastating attacks each time you do it.
The hunter has an aspect. We take our staff, we twirl it in the air, which propels us upward. It creates this burst, which amplifies you and any allies near you.
It almost makes it feel like you're playing a fighting game, right? Like these combos that you're chaining together to do these different moves. It like takes that sandbox to the next level.
That looks like good for PvP as far as the staff thing goes. Let me go back to super. I'm torn on that super because it's got good ag clear potential, but I'm really torn on supers where you have to put yourself in harm's way. If you're diving into a group of enemies, it looks like it'll kill a bunch of small enemies. But if you're looking at some yellow bars and you're doing that, that may not be good, and that worries me. Especially since it doesn't seem to have the power that that the Titan Arc Super does. It does not look like it'll be nearly as much damage, and that is worrying, putting yourself in harm's way like that. But as an ag clear super, it looks alright, but there would be other options. So I'm really a little disappointed in the Arc one for Hunter, but I could be wrong too. I mean, we haven't seen what exotics are going to come out for it. So if you can use that super quickly, if you're not like stuck in the charge up time with the wind back and throwing it, if you're invulnerable then or take much, I mean, you'd probably have to be invulnerable, but you'd have to either be able to pull all 3 of those shots off quickly or have a really good invulnerability window for that to really be worth it. But let's go on. Sorry, I gotta check something here.
The more aspects we have, the more capable we are to do that.
It feels like you're like riding the lightning, you know? Like that instantaneous, like...
That was good, but I think it's more like...
I just see people excited about the jet. So I had my nanny cam up and I realized it had frozen and wasn't wasn't keeping up, so I was looking at just the same still picture, and that's fun times. Anyway.
Weapons team has been working on all sorts of goodness. We've got exotics, we've got legendaries, we've got perks. We're always cooking up stuff. We're always playing with stuff that we think is like really interesting or taking inspiration. We have...
Okay, so this first part of the video, I'm going to go ahead and pause it here and do a part 2 for tomorrow. So thank you all for coming by. I'm going to do a part 2 and release this coming up tomorrow. And I will see you then. Yeah.